Hey guys, welcome back to the official YouTube page of WrestlingRumors.net. Guys, please subscribe to this very YouTube channel, WrestlingRumors.net, and make sure you're checking out WrestlingRumors.net. What we wanted to do is, we actually, with me, obviously, real quick, is Sam Daley. You guys all know her. No introduction needed.
What's up, guys?
I am Adam Daley. And what we wanted to do is kind of piggyback off of an article that our very own John Alba posted at WrestlingRumors.net about Sting and The Undertaker appearing at the Chicago Wizard World Comic-Con this summer. Interesting note about this, Sam.
Together, right?
Well, they're going to be on separate days, but here's
Separate days.
Yeah, but here's the interesting part about this. The Wizard World Comic Con runs on August 20th, 21st, 22nd. Okay. SummerSlam is August 23rd in New York. WWE superstars scheduled to appear there are not only Sting, The Undertaker. Sting's appearance will be in face paint. It's a rare face paint appearance. Sting, Taker, Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, and WWE super diva Paige. Sorry about that one, guys.
I like that.
And along with them, notable stars like Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead, Ben McKenzie, who plays Commissioner Gordon on Gotham, and Bruce Campbell from The Walking Dead in every great B movie you've ever seen. So, I mean, it's a jam-packed Wizard World. So, first question is...
It's like the best Wizard World ever.
I was going to say, first question is, are we going to this Wizard World?
Or, it seems like a must.
Now, obviously, the reason why we're bringing this up, all the fandom aside, is let the speculation begin, Sam, because this is obviously falling on SummerSlam weekend.
Let me guess. The speculation between Undertaker's Sting match for WrestleMania 32.
Of course it's going to start. So, let's speculate early. Let's get it out of the way, because it's going to get torn to shreds between now and between August, so let's start the process. Sam, do we see either of these men at SummerSlam to potentially set up something at WrestleMania? Do we see Sting maybe do a potential standalone? Because Sting did say, remember, that he is open anytime they called. I think that WrestleMania moment was very important to him, and I think that it showed that he really wants to do it again. And I don't necessarily think maybe on just a WrestleMania standpoint, with SummerSlam being the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, do we see Sting on the card? Let's ask that first.
I definitely think so, because I think...
So you think he will wrestle?
Yes, I think that they really want to build up a better Undertaker WrestleMania match than they did this year.
Okay.
If they're going to want, especially if they're going to do a Sting match,
Okay.
have at least Sting come back at SummerSlam.
Okay.
If not both of them, I would rather prefer to see both of them, even if it's just the one time until WrestleMania that we see Undertaker. I'd like to see both of them at SummerSlam.
I would be okay with not seeing Taker until next WrestleMania. I'll be honest. But I will say this, and even though we know wins and losses don't matter in the WWE, I would like to see Sting at least pick up one victory in WWE. Again, it doesn't matter, we know this, but I think if we are legitimately talking about Sting versus Undertaker next year at WrestleMania 32 in Texas, and we all know it's deemed one last ride, so this is the big heavy speculation. Who's to say who would go over in that aspect? But say they decide to put Taker over. Now, Sting is 0-2 in his WWE career. Again, not that at the end of the day ever really matters, but as a fan, and I'll admit I'm not even the biggest Sting mark, but I would like to see him pick up one victory in WWE. So in a way, as a fan that isn't really even that big of a Sting fan, I think I would like to see at least one more match out of him before next WrestleMania. And it seems like that he could work it. He'd be absolutely open to it. I think a bigger question is, do you think that Sting Taker is happening at WrestleMania next year?
I've thought that this was going to happen since last WrestleMania, actually.
Okay.
Not last WrestleMania, but ever since Sting debuted at Survivor Series.
Right.
So I can see it happening. I don't really see why not. It just seems logical.
You know what, though? In fairness, even at WrestleMania 30, once they first announced that Sting signed and there was the rumors, that was the initial thing, was WrestleMania 31 was definitely Sting Taker. I mean, even before Sting made his first appearance, that was right away, it's got to be Sting Taker. It's got to be Sting Taker. So it's kind of the match we've been waiting for for two WrestleManias. Well, one WrestleMania now. But does it happen?
It might. I'm definitely not tossing it out the window. I've thought it was going to happen for the past almost year now. So yeah, I'll go with it happens.
I think it happens. Yeah. I think that one is one, guys, that we can, barring any kind of
it's a match
injury,
that sells itself.
Yeah, and barring any kind of injury, these are two guys that honestly I feel really want to work together. So, and they have a mutual respect that we will never fathom as fans, guys. That's the one thing that we always, forget as fans, that the mutual respect the two of them have for each other is so enormous that I do feel like that they kind of maybe want to go down that final road themselves. I just, as a fan, and again, not even as the biggest Sting fan, but as a fan of wrestling, I would like to see Sting pick up one win in WWE. So if it's not Taker at WrestleMania, I wouldn't mind seeing that one match in between.
Mm-hmm. Well, with both of them being at Wrestle World that weekend of SummerSlam, I think it's definitely a safe bet that you're seeing at least one of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. So if you're in the Chicago area, August 20th, 21st, 22nd, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, Paige.
Daryl from Walking Dead.
Just
tossing that in there.
Paige kind of sells itself, guys. Undertaker. A very rare appearance by The Undertaker. We're talking, we're also talking Sting, but like Sam said, Daryl from The Walking Dead. Detective Gordon from Gotham. Commissioner Gordon. And not only, who else did I say? Oh, the mighty Bruce Campbell. Come on, who doesn't want to meet Bruce Campbell? But if you're in the Chicago area in late August before SummerSlam, make sure you're checking it out. And again, who knows what this brings come SummerSlam? I mean, like I said, the timing is very interesting to have this when it really falls on the heels Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and SummerSlam is on Sunday.
Yep, it's very interesting. We'll just have to see how it plays out.
We will. So, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Please make sure you're subscribing to this very channel, Wrestling Rumors Net on YouTube. Please make sure you're checking out WrestlingRumors.net. John Alba, thank you so much for the content to make a video about. And, guys, we will see you next time.